Hello and welcome back to the Elsie version. We are in Hosea, the first of the minor prophets, and we're in chapter 2 today. Little recap, I did the research. So things that are happening during Hosea's time is actually Amos happens right before. The book of Amos happens right before. The book of Micah happens right after. And during Hosea, you actually have Isaiah happening. It's kind of like Isaiah up until like chapter 39 is happening during Hosea. And then also 2 Kings 10 through 20 and 2 Chronicles 23 through 32 is all happening during Hosea. Okay? Things to think about while this is happening is all the kings listed up here except for Hezekiah. They all did, Ahaz was evil king. Jeroboam, king of Israel, evil king. They did evil in the sight of the Lord. Uzziah and Jotham, they did right in the sight of the Lord, but they did not destroy any false idols or temples as they should have. Hezekiah is the only king that destroyed false temples and things that happened. And so that's actually why he has like the nicest story. But that is why you're going to see there is a lot here where like in the first chapter we had him talking about Jezreel is on Jehu. So I don't know who Jezreel is. We didn't get into that. I'll probably look that up another day. But Jehu is the dude who killed Ahab and Jezebel, which is prior to the 2 Kings and everything that we were reading, okay? So Jehu is where I think Jeroboam comes from, okay? He's the direct descendant. But Jehu was very, killed a lot of people unnecessarily. So he didn't end up getting the thing, he did what the Lord asked, but then he did too much kind of thing, like stuff that the Lord didn't ask, okay? But then you see in chapter 1, you also see him say he will have no mercy on Israel, but he will have mercy on the house of Judah. Why? Because Judah didn't fully turn away from him like Israel did. All of Israel was worshiping other gods, sacrificing to other gods, sacrificing their children. Really, really horrible, okay? But then he says, not my people. And then he's saying of this to mainly, I guess, it's mainly to Israel, even though he takes a lot nicer to Judah. So now that we have that backstory, let's get into chapter 2, okay? Verse 1. Mind you, Hosea has been told to marry an unfaithful woman, and he has had 3 kids with her. Verse 1. Say to your brothers, you are my people, and to your sisters, you have received mercy. Because these are the opposite of what he said in the first chapter, right? Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife. I am not her husband. That she put away her whoring from her face, and her adultery from between her breasts, lest I strip her naked and make her as in the day she was born, and make her like a wilderness, and make her like a parched land, and kill her with thirst. So the Lord is comparing Israel and Judah's heart posture to him, mainly Israel, in comparison to a woman who is prostituting herself. Why? Because it's the unfaithfulness of the act, okay? There's nothing more unfaithful or heart-wrenching that is unfaithful than like the woman you love being unfaithful to you, or the man you love, right? But in this sense, the church, Israel, they've always been females, and God is like the male kind of picture. It's a picture between a husband and a wife, Jesus and the church, right? God and Israel. It's this whole metaphorical thing, right? All right, verse 4. Upon our children also I will have no mercy, because they are children of whoredom. So he's talking about the descendants of Israel. For their mother has played the whore. She who conceived them has acted shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers who gave me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax and my oil and my drink. So he's talking about all the other nations that Israel has played around with instead of turning to God. All the other gods that Israel has gone to accept instead of. And the gods were a part of like going to the other nations. Verse 6, therefore I will hedge up her way with thorns, and I will build a wall against her so she cannot find her paths. She shall pursue her lovers, but not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but she shall not find them. I think this is like the path mindset has to do with like, in all of this, God kept having the Israelites like, it was a new king after new king after new king, and then it was like Assyria, raided, and then they were in Babylon. Like it was just constantly one thing after the other to block her path. Then she shall say, I will go and return to my first husband, for it was better for me than now. For me then than now. She did not know that it was I who gave her the grain, the wine, and the oil, and who lavished on her silver and gold, which they used for Baal. So Baal was the false god that people worshipped. He's a demon, 100%. And they would like sacrifice children to him. They would do all sorts of rituals and things to the god Baal, okay? And they attributed these gods for giving them good things, but it was always the one true living God who actually did this for them. And so he's like, little does the Israelites realize that I'm the only reason they were getting anything good to begin with. Verse 9, therefore I will take back my grain in its time and my wine in its season, and I will take away my wool and my flax, which were to cover her nakedness. Now I will uncover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and no one shall rescue her out of my hand. And I will put an end to all her mirth, her feasts, her new moons, her Sabbaths, and all her appointed feasts. So this is, theoretically, he is putting an end to all of it by, like, having her raided, right? He allowed Israel to be taken by all these kings to do this very thing here. He's uncovering the ugliness, because the reality is you see time and time again in the Old Testament that people, when they follow God, like Hezekiah, was protected from always won in every war with no problems. Like an angel literally came down and killed 180,000 or 185,000 warriors for the Assyrian king. The Assyrian king who had already conquered Israel. But Hezekiah was Judah's king because they split. I don't remember when, but yes, they split. So, anyway, so that's why all of this is happening. Verse 12, and I will lay waste her vines and her fig trees, of which she said, these are my wages, which my lovers have given me. I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall devour them. So anything that her other gods has given her, or what she has done for other gods, he's like, I'm going to have destroyed. And I will punish her for the feast days of the Baals when she burned offerings to them, and adorned herself with her ring and jewelry, and went after her lovers, and forgot me, declares the Lord. So he's going to punish them for all the times they held feasts and worshipped false gods. Verse 14, therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her. So he's literally going to bring her away from all the shabam to then woo her. So he's going to woo her. He wants to win back Israel's heart. He's a jealous God. You will have no other gods above me. That was the 10 Commandments, dog. And he's like, you did that. And now I'm mad. And so he woos her, because he also realizes that he doesn't want to force her into anything, because that's not love. But he wants to speak tenderly to her. Verse 15, and there I will give her vineyards and make the valley of Achor a door of hope. And there she shall answer as in the days of her youth, as at the time when she came out of the land of Egypt. And in that day, declares the Lord, you will call me my husband, and no longer will you call me my Baal, for I will remove the name of the Baals from her mouth, so the false gods, and they shall be remembered by name no more. And I will make for them a covenant on the day with the beasts of the field and the birds of the heaven and the creeping things on the ground. Very similar to how in creation, how he describes different animals. And I will abolish the bow, the sword, and war from the land, and I will make you lie down in safety, and I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you to me in righteousness and in justice, in steadfast love and in mercy. And I will betroth you to me in faithfulness, and you shall know the Lord. So that's a really pretty picture. And it's like a really nice picture. Like, the Lord desires to speak tenderly to her, to make her forget of all, even her past wrongs. Not even like, I don't want you to remember this man's name. It's like, I don't want you to remember what you did. Like, I want you to be free from guilt and shame. And I want you to be able to lay down in safety. And I will betroth you to me forever. Like, I will not leave you. And I will get rid of the pain and the sword and all these other things. This is like a really beautiful depiction of God's love for us even, you know. How he's blotted out these names, how we can lie down in safety, how he does, like, he's made this everlasting covenant with us, right? So, verse 21. And in that day I will answer, declares the Lord. I will answer the heavens, and they shall answer the earth. And the earth shall answer the grain, the wine, and the oil, and they shall answer Jezreel. And I will sow her for myself in the land, and I will have mercy on no mercy. And I will say to not my people, you are my people. And ye shall say, you are my God. That's beautiful. So we kind of can understand, because of reading the other parts of the Bible, why God is so mad. Like, they were doing abominations of evil, and he still has mercy on them. And as you can see, it's really just Israel, right? So far, he's really only been talking about Israel, because in the scheme of things, Judah really hasn't done all that bad. Israel, everything evil. So, anyway, that's where we're at with that. And yeah. I mean, I hope you guys went and read the same material I did. Now, granted, I was trying to put it into context, so it took me a few hours. But if you know the context, this is actually not that dramatic of God, actually. It's very mild for the crap that they were doing. But yeah, I just think that it's like, this relationship, the Lord's mercy on Israel, like, that's kind of what our relationship with God looks like. And I think that is something that we should, like, meditate on, our relationship with Christ, and how he woos us, right? How he pursues us, how he loves us, how he and I know it's probably different for a dude to, like, read this and be like, my husband, what? But, like, do your best, be mature about it. But, like, thinking of it in a sense of, like, this is how much he loves you. Anyway, and that is that, and I will see you tomorrow.